Hey guys, what's up? ShaneWolf38 here. Today I have a weapon shop for you. Now this weapon shop is really cool and it has a bunch of nice neat things that it can do, and it basically will sell you weapons for gems, and I implemented a pretty cool way of finding gems and then a pretty cool way that the Armory shop sells them, or not sells the gems but sells the items. So let's get into it. Basically, we have a nice little Armory shop right here, and over here we have a nice little garden with a trader. And if we go in here, or over here, we can just see we have a nice Armory shop with an upstairs, which we'll get to in a second. When we go up here, we can see that the weapon shop owner, "Hello young traveler, welcome to my shop. Here you can buy swords and arrows. Prices: one sword is 20 gems, and 16 arrows are 10 gems. So if we click over here on the sword, you can see you don't have enough money to purchase that item. And if we click over here on the arrows, you'll see we lose 10 gems, and then we get 10 arrows, or 16 arrows, sorry. And we can try to buy more arrows, and of course we don't have enough money to purchase that anymore. We can go upstairs and check out what's up here. See if we can get some more gems, but no, the chest is actually locked. So if we go out here now, you can see we have the trader, and the trader is actually going to sell us one key for 10, or for 1 emerald. We don't have any emeralds, so as you can see, I just found a gem there. If we walk around in the grass, we will actually begin to find gems. So we can run around, and you can see now we're finding quite a bit of gems. We already have 9 gems. Gems are actually pretty rare, and I'm finding them quite fast actually. So you can see we can walk around, and now we're getting gems. We can also jump. You can get gems by jumping, but it's not as frequent. Well, actually it's about as frequent. And now we're getting some rain, so I'm just going to clear that weather. We don't need all that nasty rain. So yeah, we're just running and running, trying to find some gems. So after I get about 1 or 2 more gems, I think I'm just going to set my gems to 20 so we can buy the sword. Come on. Come on, gems. I know you want to come. Oh, I got a message on Skype. Good. 14 gems. So let's just do scoreboard. Let's see. Players set at P gems. Let's just do 24. If we go in here now, we can buy the sword. See, now we have a sword and we lose 20 gems. So now we have this nice bright shiny sword, and I'm just going to give myself 1 emerald and trade it with him. See, now we can get the key. And if we go up here, go upstairs and just go through that. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Open the chest and get a nice, bright, shiny diamond. Awesome. So, yeah, let's show you how the mechanics behind this Armory shop work. And before I do that, let me just mention, there is going to be a download, so you can go check out the world for yourself and just, you know, check it out. Also, if I take this grass and put it somewhere else, like over here, it will still work. So you can see I just found an emerald in there. And I'm actually not going to be going over the part where it says do you have, or you don't have enough money, and the part where you actually buy the item. I'm going to show you how to detect that you clicked there, and then I'm going to show you the gems, but I'm not going to show you that. If you want to see how to do that, you can check out the second part of my operations tutorial. So yeah, let's get right into it. Here we have a nice bill clock, and then it says over here we're going to do an entity data at every armor stand named arrows. So basically where the arrows are, there's an invisible armor stand named arrows, and his head, chest, leggings, and feet are going to be getting an arrow with the lore of arrow, and then it's just going to do that for an armor stand named swords, but it's going to be using swords with the lore sword. And yeah, basically that's how we give the items to those 2 armor stands. And then it will give every player an Armory score of 1 if they're holding an arrow with the lure of arrows, so they just click there. And then we will be setting everyone to an Armory score of 2 if they have an iron sword named Sword. Then we will just clear everyone who has an Armory sword or an Armory score of 1. There we will be clearing them of arrows named Arrow, or just one actually. Then we clear everyone with an Armory score of 2 from an iron sword named Sword. Then here we have the start of the operation for buying them, which I'm not going to go over. So we're going to hop right into the gems. Perfect. So we're going to be setting every player's who's not on the ground to a walk score of 1. And basically the walk objective is stat.walk 1 centimeter. So if you walk, you will increment in this score. Then we will just execute at everybody with a walk score minimum 1 and detect tall grass -1, so every type of tall grass, and it will do an operation and set their find gem score to a random armor stand named Gems find gems score. So there's 5 armor stands named Gems, and basically these 5 armor stands, 4 of them have a score of find gems 0, and 1 of them has a score of find gems 1. So there's a 1 in 5 chance that we will get a score of 1. And basically this will just execute at everybody with a find gem score of minimum 1 and do the same exact operation. It will set their find gems score to a random armor stand whose name Gems find gems score. So if they have a score of 1, which is a 1 in 5 chance, it will run the operation again. So they will have a 1 in 5 chance again. And to get a 1 out of this, it's actually a 1 out of 25 because it's 1/5 times 1/5. So now there's 1 out of 25 chance. And then it will do the exact same thing again. It will just execute at everybody with a find gem score of minimum 1 and do the exact same operation. So basically it's going to be 1 over 5 times 1 over 5 times 1 over 5. So there's a 1 in 125 chance of finding a gem. And this will run every tick that you're in the grass. So there's 20 ticks in a second, which means 6 1/4 seconds you should find gems according to probability, or find 1 gem. Then it will just basically add a 1 gem to everyone who has a find gem score of 1. And then it will just play a sound at everybody who has a find gem score of 1 of random.orb, which is an XP orb. Then it will give everybody who has a find gem score of minimum 1 emerald. Then it will just clear them of 1 emerald. Then it will set their find gem score to 0 if they, or it will reset their find gem score if they have a find gem score of minimum 0. Then it will reset everybody's walk score if they have a walk score of minimum 1. Then it will just execute at everybody and test for a villager with an armory score of 1 and a radius of 3, which is the weapon shop owner. Then it will execute at every villager whose armory score is 1 and tell raw everyone in a radius of 4 the prices. But before that, it actually will execute at every villager with an armory score of 1 and just say, hello young traveler, welcome to my shop. Here you can buy swords and arrows. So yeah, very cool. Really love the mechanics in this. I don't know how well I built this. I think I built this decently well. I'm not the best builder, but I think I've been improving since I've, been needing to build a lot. I don't know. But yeah, it's an alright building. So yeah, there will be a download this link to this in the description. Definitely go check it out if you're interested. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.